आज हम पढ़ेंगे एसे 220 क्वालिटी कंट्रोल फॉर एन ऑडिट ऑफ फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट। एसे 220 क्वालिटी कंट्रोल फॉर एन ऑडिट ऑफ फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट। इस ऐसे का ऑब्जेक्टिव है इम्प्लीमेंट क्वालिटी कंट्रोल पॉलिसी दैट प्रोवाइड reasonable assurance that audit comply with professional standard and audit report issued is appropriate. Implement quality control policy that provide reasonable assurance that audit comply with professional standard and audit report issued is appropriate. उसका इस ऐसे के अंदर फैक्टर्स हैं। फैक्टर्स क्या है क्वालिटी कंट्रोल के? फर्स्ट है लीडरशिप रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, दूसरा है एथिकल रिक्वायरमेंट, तीसरा है इंडिपेंडेंस, फिर एक्सेप्टेंस कंटिन्यूएंस ऑफ क्लाइंट रिलेशनशिप, असाइनमेंट ऑफ इंगेजमेंट टीम, इंगेजमेंट परफॉर्मेंस एंड मॉनिटरिंग, एंड लास्ट वन इज डॉक्यूमेंटेशन। तो एक एक करके इस फैक्टर्स को हम लोग समझेंगे। तो फर्स्ट है लीडरशिप रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। इसके अंदर इंगेजमेंट पार्टनर शुड एम्फेसाइज द इंगेजमेंट टीम द फॉलोइंग: compliance with professional standard and legal requirement, compliance with firm's quality control policies, issuance of appropriate audit report, ability to raise concern without fear. Quality is essential and indispensable in engagement performance. Next, ethical requirement. Ethical requirement: engagement partner to remain alert for evidence of non-compliance with relevant ethical requirement by engagement team through inquiry and observation. If there is an indication of non-compliance with relevant ethical requirement, engagement partners should consult other in the firm, determine appropriate action. Consult other in the firm and determine appropriate action. फिर क्या independence? Independence में form a conclusion on compliance with applicable independence. Form a conclusion on compliance with applicable independence. Obtain relevant information from firm. Identify and evaluate circumstances and relationships that threaten independence. Evaluate information on identified breaches. Determine if these threaten independence. Take appropriate action to eliminate such threat or promptly report inability to take appropriate action to the firm. Next, acceptance continuance of client relationship. Be satisfied that appropriate procedure regarding client acceptance continuance have been followed. Determine whether conclusions reached are appropriate. If engagement partner obtain information that would have caused firm to withdraw the engagement, communicate information promptly to the firm. Example of information. What information engagement partner to be obtained? For integrity of principal owner, management and TCWG. Competency of engagement team to perform engagement. Availability of necessary capabilities including time and resource, compliance with relevant ethical requirement, significant matter that arise during the current or previous audit engagement. Next है हमारा assignment of engagement team. Engagement partner to be satisfied that engagement team and auditors expert not part of engagement team has appropriate competence and capabilities to perform audit engagement in accordance with professional standard, regulatory or legal requirement, and enable an audit report that is appropriate in the circumstances. Engagement performance, direction, supervision and performance. Engagement partners shall take the responsibility for direction, supervision and performance of audit engagement in compliance with the standard and regulatory requirement, and to make an appropriate audit report. Review. Engagement partners shall take the following responsibility: review are being performed in accordance with policy or procedure. Be satisfied that sufficient appropriate audit evidence has been obtained to support the conclusion reached, and audit report to be issued through review of audit documentation and discussion with engagement team. Consultation. Engagement partners shall undertake consultation wherever required and ensure its implementation. Engagement quality control review required in case of listed entities. Difference of opinion. Follow the firm's policy and procedure for dealing with and resolving differences of opinion. फिर है monitoring. Obtain reasonable assurance that firm's policy procedure related to quality control are relevant, adequate and operating effectively. लास्ट वन में डॉक्यूमेंटेशन. engagement पार्टनर क्या करेगा? डॉक्यूमेंट करेगा लास्टली. ये होता है ऐसे 220 कंप्लीट. लेकिन ये थोड़ा टेक्निकल स्टैंडर्ड है, तो इसके साथ साथ हम लोग कुछ क्वेश्चन भी इसमें करेंगे। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, ड्यूरिंग द ऑडिट ऑफ FMP लिमिटेड, अ लिस्टेड कंपनी, engagement partner completed his review and also ensure compliance with independence requirement that apply to the audit engagement. The engagement file were also reviewed by engagement quality control reviewer except the independence assessment documentation. Engagement partner was of the view that matter related to independence assessment are the responsibility of engagement partner and not engagement quality control reviewer. Engagement quality control reviewer object to this and refused to sign off the documentation. Please advise as per essay 220. तो इसका आंसर है, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ एंगेजमेंट पार्टनर एंड एंगेजमेंट क्वालिटी कंट्रोल रिव्यूअर इन रिलेशन टू असेसमेंट ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंस. As per essay 220, quality control for an audit of financial statement, the engagement partner shall form a conclusion on compliance with independence requirement that apply to the audit engagement. In doing so, the engagement partner shall obtain relevant information from the firm and, where applicable, network firm to identify and evaluate circumstances and relationships that create the threat to independence. Evaluate information on identified breaches, if any, of the firm's independence policy and procedure to determine whether they create a threat to independence for the audit engagement, and take appropriate action to eliminate such threat to reduce them to acceptably level while applying safeguard, or if considered appropriate, to withdraw from the audit engagement. Where withdrawal is permitted by law or regulation, the engagement partner shall promptly report to the firm and in inability to resolve the matter for appropriate action. For audit of financial statement of listed entity, the engagement quality control review on performing an engagement quality control review shall also consider, among other things, the engagement team's evaluation of the firm's independence in relation to the audit engagement. Conclusion क्या है, view of engagement partner that matter related to independence assessment are the responsibility of engagement partner and not engagement quality control reviewer is not correct. The independence assessment documentation should also be given to EQCR for his review. Engagement partner as well as EQCR both will be responsible for review on independence assessment documentation. Next question है, Mr. Suresh Chandra and company has been appointed as an auditor of SC Limited for the financial year 19-20. C. Suresh, one of the partner of Messrs. Suresh Chandra and company, completed entire routine audit work by 29th May 2020. Unfortunately, on the very next morning, while revolving towards office of SC Limited to sign final audit report, he met with a road accident and died. C. Chandra, another partner of Mr. Suresh Chandra and company, therefore signed the accounts of SC Limited without reviewing the work performed by C. Suresh. State with reason whether C.S. Chandra is right in expressing opinion on financial statement, the audit of which is performed by another auditor. A review of work performed by other. As per SC 220, quality control for an audit of financial statement, the engagement partner shall take responsibility for review being performed in accordance with firm's review policy and procedure. Review procedure consists of consideration whether the work has been performed in accordance with professional standard and regulatory and legal requirement. Significant matter have been raised for further consideration. Appropriate consultation have taken place and the resulting conclusion have been documented and implemented. The work performed support the conclusion reached and is appropriately documented. The evidence obtained is sufficient and appropriate to support the auditor's report, and the objective of engagement procedure have been achieved. When the auditor delegate work to assistant or use work performed by other auditor expert, he will continue to be responsible for forming and expressing his opinion on the financial statement. However, he will be entitled to rely on the work performed by other, provided he exercise adequate skill and care and is not aware of any reason to believe that he shall not have so relied. The auditor should carefully direct, supervise and review work delegated to assistant. He should obtain reasonable assurance that work performed by other auditor, expert and assistant is adequate for his purpose. In the instant case, Mr. Suresh, a partner of firm, had completed routine work and died before signing audit report. Mr. Chandra, another partner of firm, has signed the account of SC Limited relying on the work performed by Mr. Suresh. Conclusion: C. Chandra is allowed to sign the audit report because he will be responsible for expressing the opinion. He may rely on work performed by CA Suresh provided he further exercise adequate skill and due care and review the work performed by him. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है mentioning four information which assist the auditor in accepting and continuing of relationship with the client as per 220. कोई four information which assist the auditor in accepting and continuing of relationship with client. As well as the 220 quality control for an audit of financial statement, the information which assists the auditor in accepting and continuing of relationship with the client may include the following: the integrity of principal owner, key management and TCWG of the entity, competence of engagement team to perform the audit engagement and availability of necessary capabilities including time and resources, compliance with the relevant ethical requirement by firm and engagement team, and significant matters that have arisen during the current or previous audit engagement and their implication for continuing the relationship. Last क्वेश्चन है OP and associate are the statutory auditor of BB Limited. BB Limited is listed company and started its operation 5 years back. The field work during the audit of financial statement of company for year ended 31st March 20 got completed on July 1st 2020. The auditor report was dated July 12 2020. During the documentation review of engagement, it was observed that the engagement quality control review was completed on July 15th 2010. Engagement partner has completed his review entirely by July 10 2020. Comment. उसका आंसर है रिव्यू बाय एंगेजमेंट पार्टनर. As per SC 220 quality control for an audit of financial statement, the engagement partners will take responsibility for review being performed in accordance with firm's review policy and procedure for audit of financial statement of listed entities. The engagement partners shall determine that an engagement quality control reviewer has been appointed, discuss significant matter arising during the audit engagement, including those identified during the engagement quality control review with engagement quality control reviewer, and not date the auditor's report until the completion of engagement quality control review. Further, as 700 firms forming an opinion and reporting on financial statement requires the auditor's report to be dated not earlier than the date on which the auditor has obtained sufficient appropriate audit evidence on which to base the auditor's opinion on the financial statement. In the present case, OP and Associate are the statutory auditor of listed company which started its operation 5 years back. The field work during the audit of financial statement of the company for the year ended 31st March 2020 got completed on 1st July 2020. The auditor's report was dated 12th July 2020. During the documentation review of engagement, it was observed that engagement quality control review was completed on July 15th 2020. So the conclusion is signing of auditor's report, that is on 12th July 2020, which is before the completion review engagement quality control review is 15th July 2020, is not in order. सो गाइज ये सारे क्वेश्चन 220 के कवर होते हैं. एंड थैंक यू सो मच गाइज फॉर वॉचिंग दिस वीडियो.